components of comprehension can be broken down before reading, during reading, and after reading. And to make it a little easier in my brain, I like to think about what are the comprehension strategies that we use in each of these time frames. A lot of them do piggyback and carry over into more than one area, but you'll see that they have a best place, and that's what I'm showcasing right here on the next 3 slides. So we're going to look at the before reading strategies first. These are the things that you will do before you read a story to your class or before you teach content to your class. And this gets the reader ready for remembering what they are going to read, also gets them ready to activate their prior knowledge, and it sets a purpose for what they're going to be listening to. It's their job. If you think to our own presentations, I always start out our presentation with our weekly message. And that weekly message is basically to get you ready for what you're going to get inside the presentation. Same thing with the introduction video. So we're going to do the same things with our students before we get into the lesson. So there's 4 main before reading strategies. The first one is predicting. And predicting is where you think critically about what will happen next based on what you know. So when we predict before reading, we're looking at either the pictures in the text or we're just looking at the cover and we're making smart guesses about what will happen inside that book. Questioning is a before reading strategy, and this is where before we even start reading, we think about the author's purpose and we think about what we want to learn as we read. I want you to think back to that KWL chart we did last week on the storm board. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago, sorry. And I asked you, what do you know about emergent literacy? What do you want to know about emergent literacy? So we were activating your prior knowledge, and then we were asking a question to focus your listening during the presentation. And this is what we do in the area of questioning. Questioning is the one strategy of comprehension that goes throughout the entire book. So you will see it before, you will see it during, and you will see it after. And that's the one that you'll see carried through in the slides in each of those areas as well. The third before reading strategy is setting a purpose. And this is where we identify the focus for our reader to think about as we read. It gives them a goal for listening. And one of the things we ask them is, why are we listening? Why are we reading? Are we reading for entertainment? Are we reading to learn something? Are we reading to answer a question? So if we know why we're reading in a text or listening in a text, then we know what outcome we need to get out of it. And the last one is actually the easiest, and we do this all the time, but it's activating our prior knowledge. We want our readers to make connections about the topic they're learning about. So if you're reading the story like we did this week about a scarecrow, I'm going to ask them, what do you know about a scarecrow? Where have you seen scarecrows? What time of year do they come out? We're making connections with what's in their brain, and we're opening up those little folders, and we're engaging them to be ready to accept new information into their folders in their brains. Now, what I would like you to do is go to the bottom of our slide, and I'd like you to watch the short video clips on predicting, questioning, setting a purpose, and prior knowledge. And those will show you what it looks like in the classroom when we're practicing these areas of comprehension.